Welcome back to Haunted America, the show where we explore the strange, the spooky, and the stories that linger far longer than the shadows cast by the firelight. I'm your host, and today, we're diving into one of the darkest winter legends ever told. Forget the twinkling lights, the sugar cookies, and the cozy stockings hung by the fireplace, because lurking behind the cheerful image of Saint Nick is a creature born from icy European folklore, a horned, hooved, punishing force of Christmas vengeance. Merry Christmas, everyone. Tonight, we're talking about Krampus. That's too good of a spooky Christmas song. I'm just going to leave this one on repeat the whole story. Maybe it'll help set the mood a little bit more. I hope you guys enjoy your Christmas day, 2025. It's almost 2026, and that means that Season 4 is right around the corner. Stay tuned for the Season 4 teaser episode that we're coming out with. And then I think you guys will like the first official episode of Season 4 and what we're doing with the show moving forward. Thank you to everyone that has made 2025 for Haunted America what it has been, and that is a wildly successful major growth year for this podcast. So who is Krampus? The legend of Krampus comes mainly from the Alpine regions of Austria, Bavaria, Germany, Slovenia, and parts of Eastern Europe. His name likely comes from the German word Krampen, meaning claw, and that's fitting, because this creature is always described as a monstrous, animalistic, with features like this. Long curved horns, a twisted goat-like face, a body covered in coarse, dark fur, cloven hooves, and a long, lolling tongue that hangs over rows of jagged teeth. He carries chains that clatter as he walks. Some say they're a symbol of his binding by the church. Others say they're the last thing you hear before he drags you away. In his hands, Krampus wields birch branches called rutten, used to swat misbehaving children, and slung over his back is either a basket or a sack, rumored to be used to take children away for punishment far worse than lumps of coal. While Saint Nick rewards children, Krampus is said to roam the streets the night before. This is often known as, and I'm probably going to butcher this, Krampusnacht or Krampus night. We'll just go with that one. Krampus is believed to predate Christianity. Many folklorists point to pre-Christian pagan traditions from the Alpine regions, specifically rituals tied to winter, darkness, and fear of the harsh season. Some historians connect Krampus to ancient horned god, imagery found in multiple cultures representing both protection and punishment. The Catholic Church historically did attempt to ban Krampus celebrations. The creature was considered too demonic, too pagan, too rebellious against the sanitized image of Christian winter celebrations. But the people refused. Tradition 1. By the 1800s, postcards known as Krampus cards became wildly popular across Europe. These postcards depicted Krampus swatting or kidnapping naughty children, or strangely, flirting with adult women. That one's a bit odd, but okay. Because apparently Krampus also had a romantic side depending on who was illustrating him. Okay. Today, Krampus has become a symbol of dark folklore, celebrated with parades, festivals, and elaborate costumes, especially during Krampuslauf, or Krampus runs, where people dressed as Krampus and they chased members of the public through the streets. That seems like a good time. I'd be down for something like that. As with many folklore beginnings, Krampus sightings are a mix of tradition, fear, imagination, and maybe something a little stranger. Here are some of the documented encounters and claims associated with Krampus over the years that I could find. Local newspapers reported children in the town of Kitzbühel, probably butchering that one as well, hiding inside their homes after a large horned figure was seen running through the streets outside of the usual festival routes. Witnesses claimed no Krampus parade was scheduled that night, and no group admitted to it. Some even insisted the figure moved too quickly and too unnaturally to be a person in a costume. That was the 1923 Kitzbühel incident in Austria. The next incident I could find is the 1958 Munich photograph. A strange black and white photograph circulated in Bavaria, showing a horned silhouette peering from behind a snowbank near a farmhouse. The photographer claimed no one else was out there, and he didn't see the figure until the picture was developed. Skeptics argue it was a man in a costume. Locals, however, still insist it was the real Krampus roaming on Krampus night. This one is the 1975 Slovenian road encounter. A truck driver reported a large, fur-covered creature crossing the road on a snowy mountain pass. It had horns, glowing eyes, and moved on two legs. Authorities blamed a wild animal, but the driver insisted the creature had a human-like torso and a goat's head. He refused to ever drive that route again. These are some of the more modern day encounters that I could find. Online forums, Reddit threads, and local European newsletters contain numerous claims of Krampus sightings around December 5th. Heavy chains heard dragging outside houses. Tall horned silhouettes spotted in forested areas. Scratches at windows, always followed by total silence. People waking up to find birch branches on their porch. One of the most chilling came from 2013 in Innsbruck, Austria, where a family reported hearing dragging chains across the rooftop around 2 a.m. The next morning, they found hoof prints in the snow, ending abruptly several feet from the house, as if the creature just vanished into thin air. Skeptics say these are misinterpretations. Believers say Krampus is as real as any supernatural force tied to ancient tradition. Krampus serves as the dark mirror of Christmas, where Saint Nick rewards, Krampus punishes. Some scholars believe the legend survived for centuries because it gave parents a way to warn children about misbehaving during harsh winter months. Fear, after all, is, as we all know, a very powerful motivator. But others argue that Krampus represents something deeper, a reminder that the world contains both light and darkness. You can't have one without the other. Every year as winter closes in, people across the world embrace the thrill of that darkness and welcome the horned shadow back into the streets. Whether you believe in Krampus as a flesh and blood creature, a spirit, a myth, or simply a chilling winter symbol, there's no denying that his legend has endured because it forces us to confront the darker side of the holiday season. Every jingle bell has an echo, and sometimes it's the rattling of chains. Thank you guys for joining me on this chilling journey into the Legend of Krampus. And Merry Christmas to every single person listening to this show. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow Haunted America wherever you get your podcasts. and leave a review to help our haunted little community grow. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and if you hear chains dragging outside your window tonight, maybe don't look.